Question, what is the nature of the astral regions around the Earth? Answer, the astral world is divided into two broad sections, according to his view. First, there are the bodiless entities from your surface, the so-called dead people, who must become incarnate again in order to qualify to pass on completely to the etheric state. Some of these entities are awaiting what will be their last incarnation. Others, meaning others on the astral world of the astral plane in the higher section, or other, not higher, I guess, lower, in fact. Others are those who have had their carnate, meaning their physical existence, terminated abruptly or accidentally, such as soldiers and criminals. All these entities have in common the intense desire to become fleshly once more, in order that they may either carry out something left undone, or else may qualify to be no longer earthbound when their incarnations terminate. This is the garden of waiting. There are also the monstrosities and phantasmagoria, which are degenerate thought forms. The other great section, other great section of the astral world, is the astral regions of evil, which surround and interpenetrate Earth, inhabited by beings who are forever disincarnate and forever earthbound by decree of the great God of the universe. These beings cannot enter the garden of waiting. It is against these forces that we of the etheric world are warring, and that discussion of the warring will continue, and in fact we will this is going to probably go to 3 weeks, because I have another page of channeling to read. This description of the astral plane, which in my understanding represents third density higher subplanes, 3.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7. The time-space portion of third density, non-physical, lower, higher. Now, this is not really two broad sections. This is multiple sections presented. First, you have people who've died, who are basically preparing for reincarnation. And we see the hint here where he's saying that these are people who must incarnate again in order to qualify to pass on completely, meaning graduate to the etheric state, quote, etheric state, which here basically identifies the etheric state as fourth dimensional and above. That's all. And so, to pass on completely to the etheric means from 3D required incarnation to fourth density and higher allowable incarnation. So some people in the astral, this garden of waiting, are waiting for the last incarnation. Yeah. Then at a lower level, or at another portion of this garden of waiting, those that are waiting for incarnation are people who've had traumatic death. Soldiers, criminals, so on. And saying that both those that are awaiting their last incarnation, and those that had traumatic death, and those who are simply, not near the last incarnation but waiting to reincarnate, have in common an intense desire to become fleshly once more. And so the basis for human incarnation, indeed, is a deep mind desire to be incarnate for experiences of the physical. But it can be with an understanding that further experiences of the physical are needed for soul purification, moral development, basically, love, fourth, fifth, sixth chakra activation, that's what we're talking about, so as to be free of the need to keep repeating or cycling in third density, while others simply have strong sensual desires.